Okay, welcome to today's lesson. I'm going to be teaching you something that I believe no other Amazon program out there, there's not that many, but no book, no YouTube video, really is going to explore in the way that I do it. And so I called today's lesson Amazon Brand Story. Okay? Now, most people when they think of Amazon, they think of the word product. So they go, I'm going to sell one or more products, or product or products. The problem with this is this is what Warren Buffett used to call the cigarette, we'll say, but money-making strategy. And he didn't like it. He used to do it. So most people selling on Amazon are doing, so the cigarette butt idea means, you ever seen like maybe a homeless person or just somebody who's underage, they want to smoke, they wait for somebody to smoke the full cigarette, throw it on the ground, then they come behind, they pick it up, they get one or two puffs out of it, and they go, I got that puff real easy, real free, I didn't have to pay any money, and they throw it away. The problem is, once you take one or two puffs, nothing left. So you're just continually chasing cigarette butts all over the city. It's dirty, it's unsustainable, and you make less money that way. So what's the opposite of the cigarette butt strategy that most people are doing on Amazon? And I'll just give you an example. Let's just pick a random product. I'm going to go on today's, I don't even know. Let's click on under $30. I like to do these spontaneous so you can see that I'm not just trying to prove my point by picking the exact thing. I don't know what any of these are. Let's just pick this. What is this? Du Guyan vintage canvas. All right, I don't know much, but let's pick something that's easier to understand here. Maybe this is one. Actually, I'll show you what one I see here. This toboggan hat. What brand is this? Let's see. Momo Day. Have you guys ever heard of Momo Day? Josh? Rick? Okay, so they're not really a brand, at least, although they do have a little trademark, but I haven't heard of them. So let's just pretend, even if you've heard of Momo Day, let me just explain this concept. They're selling this is a music hat. Let's not do this one. This is a weird one. Music hat beanie? That's actually funny. Okay, music hat beanies. Yeah. This would definitely apply to music hat beanies, but I want to do an easy one. Here we go. U-Lock iPhone case. You guys heard of U-Lock? Okay, no one here has heard of U-Lock iPhone 5. They're chasing, and they may be making a lot of money today because they're a product, and they're chasing a cigar butt. A lot of people need iPhone cases. These are iPhone 5 cases. They're chasing even an older iPhone. But my question is, do you want to know how to make money for a day, a week, a month, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, but then you finally ramp your life up, you got a cool house, you got cool cars, and then all of a sudden the cigarette has no more puffs in it, and boom, that was the worst thing. I knew a guy, acquaintance of mine in Los Angeles, he sold a company for $18 million. Okay, then he went out, he bought a nice car, a nice house in Hollywood, and then he made a lot of bad investments. People told him he started chasing money. He forgot what Warren Buffett said, you only got to get rich once, but he was chasing his cigarette butt ideas. He actually worked and put the rest of his money after taxes into a real estate project in the middle of the desert between Los Angeles and Vegas. Most people would have known that that's not a great place to build real estate, but he lost all his money. And it was even worse for him because this guy had tasted what it was like to have $18 million in his bank account and then go all the way to almost zero. He didn't go to quite zero, but he probably was worth $2 million or $1 million at the end. And that don't feel good. And so by chasing the cigarette butt and not having the proper strategy, he basically lost it all. I don't know about this U-Lock company, never heard of them, but would I want to own this company? And let's just see. I'm going to look. I'll answer that right now. I'm just going to Google U-Lock. Here we go. U-Lock cases. There is a link. So let's go right here. Top rated iPhone covers. Looks like they got a lot of iPhones. Let's go here. I like, and this is one of the things I want you to write down, brands now. Yes, I'm right on this one. So the world of product versus brands, I want you to be on the right-hand column, even if it's a little slower to build. Brands in the modern world, many ways, they're built. New ones are built with social media. Okay? It's just common sense. The number one, well, the youngest billionaire in history, Kylie Jenner, built it with a makeup business that hardly had a website. It was all from her Snapchat and Instagram. The number one model in the world, Kendall Jenner, surpassed all the other models who had been in the industry because she had social media following. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I went out and got to spend an afternoon with him on the new Fast and Furious spinoff, him and Jason Statham, and I was talking to him, and he said, "Tai, I was late to that social media train." And he said, "I wish I hadn't been late." But to his credit, better late than never. I remember when he only had, well, let's look at Instagram. Is it The Rock?
Yeah.
The Rock or Rock? Let's
The Rock.
132 million followers. I've seen him grow 100 million followers in a very short period of time. Now, he was popular before, but imagine the brand, the solidification of the brand. He's now the highest paid actor, I believe, in history. Brands are now built on social media. Let's look at another brand. There's a clothing line that is called, what's the one, the women's one? Why am I slipping my head? Fashion Nova. Thank you. $1 billion brand. American Apparel disappears. 14 million followers. Fashion Nova. They're killing the game, killing the game, killing the game. This guy's making an insane amount of money. They have Fashion Nova for men, Fashion Nova Curve, Fashion Nova for women. So brands need to be built around social media pretty much. There are exceptions to the rule. Coca-Cola, Ford Motors, which was a 100-year-old brand, okay, they weren't built on social media, but you're not Coca-Cola. Unless you're inheriting a business, you're not. Let's look at Elon Musk. A big part of Elon Musk has been his Twitter. In fact, when you just type in Elon Musk, it's like Twitter comes up. Look how much of a brand he's built on Twitter. It's incredible. Obviously, he built a brand not just on Twitter, but he has 24.8 million followers. This is insane. He can post the littlest, dumbest thing. Like, I saw him post like, "Hey, everyone," and it just got like, just literally like here. To err, this doesn't even make sense. To err is human. Oh, talking about Tesla's fart mode is a real gem. 71,000 likes. He wrote, "Bet the other car makers didn't see this one coming." He's building his brand, 40,000 likes. Okay? He's building off that. Conor McGregor, I just want to show you, in every area, Conor McGregor, okay? Let's look at his Instagram. Highest paid UFC fighter now because he fought Floyd Mayweather, made 100 million, they say. 30 million followers. Look at the engagement he gets on pictures. He gets 1 million. Oh, Boz Rutan. Boz Rutan trained me for years. There he is, training with Boz Rutan. 493 likes, 1,000 likes from yesterday. Build a brand. Now he built a whiskey brand. So when I go here, let's go back to our analogy. Would I want to own ULOC? Well, let's go to ULOC. They have a link down here at the bottom. There's social media. I go to ULOC, 8,000 followers. And I can tell you, I haven't even looked and hovered over these. There's no engagement on this. Mark my words, watch. 4 likes. I'm even more accurate than I thought. Who gets 4 likes? You almost have to try. 3 likes. This isn't a brand. You see? This is a product. And products may make money today, tomorrow, but you can usurp products by building a brand. And one of the things that I think I'm uniquely suited to teach you is how to use social media to build a brand. Before 2015, I was just behind the scenes. I'd been in business since I was 19, but I was just kind of an entrepreneur behind the scenes, and I was happy. But social media thrust me to the forefront of the brand game. The brand game. And I became a brand, sometimes controversial to some people because I talk about controversial subjects. But here, you know you're a brand. I'll show you something. 3 years later, I use social media. If you go here to, these are the top 10, this is Forbes, okay? A very prestigious, maybe the most prestigious website or ranking system. You have the Forbes list. It put me here. This is not an article I paid for. This is not one of these fake articles. I didn't even know I was on here until a month after someone's like, you got on Forbes. And it listed me with a lot of very smart people. You can see Gary Vee and Tim Ferriss and, Marie Forleo as a top 10 or one of, it didn't rank who's number one, but we're top 10 business influencer brands in the world or business influencer in the world. How did I do that? Is it because I'm magic? Is it because, no. It's simply leveraging social media. So as you are in this Amazon game where you're going to be able to compete with basically anybody, even a brand, a product. This is a product, not a brand. ULOC is not a brand. You ain't a brand if you get 3 likes. You're on Instagram, the largest. Instagram is basically the most active Western hemisphere and even Eastern in Russia. The only place Instagram's not really big is China for the most part and a few countries. It's massive in Australia. I'm not sure about the center. Well, it's big in Africa too. It's huge. I have a ton of Africa followers. Russia, it's massive. Instagram is the great proofing ground. So when you're doing your competitive research, as you're going to learn in the other videos, and you're like, yo, what product do I sell? I love this one. I mean, some of you should go after this one. Sorry if you like. I'm not trying to pick on you guys, but I mean, this is a brand that's got a lot of sales. You can tell it's got 907 customer reviews. I bet you if we go to the bestseller ranking down here, you can see that. One of the things you'll learn. Where are they? Oh, maybe they're not. They're not huge. 452 in flip cases. But this is just one product, just to be clear. So I think they have many, many, many products, right? If you go here to ULAC. So this is a product I think you could compete with, a company you could compete with. You might not become a billionaire off this, but all you got to do is build trust, because this is the key word. Brands have trust. Products, low social media following. Engagement. Don't just go by followers. Go by engagement. Doesn't matter how many followers you have. If you're getting 3 likes, you are not a brand. This is built around trust. This is built around luck. If people luckily happen upon ULOC, they're going to buy if Amazon algorithm or some marketing pushes them. But they're not going to get sales on organically. There's not many people in the world searching, you know what? I need a cover, and I follow ULOC, their funny pranks on Instagram. Like, I want that. Let me go to Amazon. Nobody's going to Amazon and typing in ULOC phone case. Even though it pops up there on Amazon, that don't mean nothing. That just means Amazon's little pop-up is good. Trust me, the search volume of people purposely typing this could be 10 times higher if they were building a brand with social media. So we'll be going through that. I want to give you some tips today. We'll have some other videos. Here, you look at all these products. ULOC's making money. This is a great one. This is the kind of thing you guys should be competing with. Things making good money on Amazon, but doing it in an old-fashioned way. There's no video marketing. Their brand is beyond. It's actually maybe, I've never seen anything get 3 likes unless it's like, I have a bouncer who works for me who has 1 follower on Instagram. So he gets like 0 to 1 likes. He actually, with like, maybe he has 3 followers. Like, his engagement rate is way better than this company. I mean, there's nothing good about this social media. It doesn't have a face. It doesn't have a story of the founder. There's the first face. It's just random. It's got like Gone with the Wind there. It's just bad. Forrest Gump. Their best, let's see what their best post has gotten like 7 likes or something. You know what's odd? They forgot to put a link to their product. Maybe that's it. Bitly? Don't do a Bitly. Do you really want to click on Bitly 2GRH? They don't even have uloc.com there. This can be competed with. Let's see where that takes me. they're using, yeah, it takes you there, but you have to use bit.ly. No one's going to click on this. Do you like clicking on random weird links? Nope. So as you master social media branding, we'll train you other videos, you're going to start to be able to build trust, and then you get organic sales. That means just word of mouth. And you get them a lot. I've tested some of my businesses. I can turn off all marketing and still literally make millions of dollars, more than that. Like I can turn everything off and make like $1 million a month on just one or a few of my businesses. So that's the power. These are on a treadmill. If they don't work continually, they're going to go down in the Amazon rankings. Their sales are going to go down. Just think about The Rock. If The Rock take a year off for vacation, his brand would be hurt a little bit, but in a year, he could just be like, oh, I needed a year off, and people would be like, The Rock, I love it. You know, Coca-Cola is an example. Before social media existed, if you didn't hear any commercials of Coca-Cola in a year and then you went to a store, you'd still drink Coca-Cola. So it's of the utmost important that each of you begins to understand the power of social media. So what's some practical things you can do? Well, you've seen here, so practical step number one is, this is a practical tip from this lesson, practical tips. Number one, research competitors' social media. See, everybody else that talks about Amazon just tells you to research the product, the cost. No, research your competitors' social media brand. What you want, what you're looking for, here's what I'm looking for to launch a product. So launch a brand and products, because under the brand you'll have products. Launch your brand around products with high sales. You can see the competitor has high sales and bad branding. That's who you want to go after. That's the products you want to sell. This is a great example. If I'm selling on Amazon and I'm really into electronics and gadgets, I'm going after this kind of thing, because they have identified a weakness. Businesses like war a little bit. This is a castle and they got the door wide open and they left the side door open. So you can just come in through by building better social media. Then step number 3, commit to social media branding for Amazon. Okay? Commit to social media branding. All right. So that completes this lesson. Next lesson, I'm going to go into social media brand story, how to build it, how to create it. Okay? It's going to be cool. Watch this next lesson coming up. So homework on this. Below, I want you to do quick research on one product. Leave a comment below. You don't even have to say the name of the product if you're concerned about other people seeing it. But just tell me about a brand you like. Forget Amazon for now. A brand you like whose social media sucks. Another example is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola or Louis Vuitton. I was talking about them. I want you guys to get good at researching. Let me put Louis Vuitton, Instagram. Watch this. They have so many followers and their engagement is just horrific. 30 million followers. Let's just pick a picture. Here, 194,000 views. Which sounds like a lot, right? No, my last video got 500,000 views and I only have 3 million followers. They have 10 times the followers and not even half the view. Their engagement rate is, how many comments do they have? Let's see. 150 comments. Comments show engagement even more than views. I try to get at least 1,000 to 3,000 comments. In fact, I broke the world record comment in the Western Hemisphere. Some Chinese hacker got more. It's been broken, but I got 200. I beat Kim Kardashian once. I think I got 250,000 comments in 3 hours. So I know how to get comments. These people don't know how to get. Louis Vuitton, even with like a Game of Thrones star, Sophie Turner, even with that, they only get 300,000 views. That's horrific. And 200 comments. It's just, at 30 million, you should be getting on, I would say, you want to be getting 1 to 5 million views. So even big brands don't know what they're doing. And that's why you get in this course, maybe the most important financial decision you've ever made, especially if you listen to what myself and the other instructors are saying, but also implement it. So leave a comment below on a brand that, do a quick research, 5 minutes. Best place to start is Instagram. Just start listing some below. It doesn't even have to be an Amazon brand. Just be Coca-Cola, Louis Vuitton. Or leave a comment on a brand that's doing it well that you want to stay away from. There's some brands I wouldn't mess with. These people know what they're doing. I mean, Fashion Nova is going to be a tough one to compete with on social media. They're doing well. They got the biggest influencer sign. You could still do it. Gymshark is another one that's doing it well. So to close this out, leave a comment below on somebody doing social media branding for their products and their brand, doing it well or doing it horribly. Okay? And I'll see you on the next lesson.